Mark looked like he had a normal life, a steady job, a decent car, a rented apartment, and a smile that hid something he couldn't tell anyone. His bank account was negative. He owed over $27,000. He barely slept, and every time his phone rang, he thought it was another payment reminder. But the worst part wasn't the money. The worst part was waking up every day, working hard, and still feeling like he was sinking deeper. What happened next changed his life forever, and it might completely change the way you think about money too. It didn't happen overnight. There wasn't one huge mistake, no failed investment, no dramatic collapse. It was something much more common. Small spending. Just this once. I deserve it. I'll deal with it next month. Takeout food. Online shopping. Monthly subscriptions. A trip paid with credit. Then one credit card. Then another. Before he realized it, he was working just to pay for things he didn't even enjoy anymore. Every paycheck came in and disappeared within days. Money felt like water slipping through his hands. He ignored it, told himself next month would be better, that he'd catch up, that things would somehow work out. But they didn't. Until one morning, he got a message. Payment declined. Insufficient funds. And that was the moment it hit him. He had lost control of his money. And if nothing changed, his life would keep getting worse. That night, he did something he had avoided for years. He opened his laptop, logged into his bank, and downloaded every transaction from the past 12 months. It was painful, brutal, honestly. Every dollar, every impulse purchase, every emotional decision turned into numbers. He discovered he had spent thousands on things he barely remembered buying, hundreds on food delivery, automatic payments for subscriptions he didn't even use, tiny purchases that felt harmless, but together became a mountain. He felt embarrassed, angry, scared, but then something changed. For the first time, he saw clarity. He stopped treating money like an enemy and started treating it like information. He grabbed a notebook and made 3 columns: necessary, important, financial waste. And he started crossing things out. No excuses, no pretending, no lying to himself anymore. That first month, he saved $320. Not life-changing, not enough to erase the debt, not enough to feel rich. But for the first time in years, he ended the month with more money than he started with. That changed something inside him. He became obsessed with understanding money. He listened to finance podcasts while driving, watched videos every morning, read books late at night. Budgeting, debt payoff, compound interest, investing, income building. And he learned something nobody had taught him growing up. It doesn't matter how much you make if you don't know where it's going. And something even more powerful. Money doesn't only reward hard work. It rewards strategy. Then he remembered something. For years, he had helped friends with graphic design and editing. Always for free. He never thought it could become income. But he decided to try. He posted a simple offer online. Didn't expect much. 2 days later, his first client replied. Small project. Small payment. But it was real. Then another. Then another. He worked after his regular job. Late nights. Weekends. Exhausted. Sometimes running on pure discipline. But every extra dollar went straight to debt. No rewards. No splurging. No excuses. And then something incredible happened. The debt started shrinking. Fast. His stress started fading. And money stopped feeling like a threat. Now it felt like a tool. After 8 months, half the debt was gone. After 10 months, he had an emergency fund. And exactly 1 year later, he opened his bank account. No negative balance. No panic. No fear. He had savings. He had breathing room. He had peace. And that's when he realized something huge. His wealth didn't begin when he made more money. It began the moment he learned how to control what he already had. From there, everything accelerated. He improved his service, raised his prices, learned sales, built systems, got bigger clients, more income, more freedom, until 3 years later, he crossed $100,000 a year. But when people ask him what changed his life, he never says the business. He never says the money. He always says this: my life changed the day I stopped avoiding my numbers. Because facing your finances is uncomfortable, sometimes painful, sometimes humbling, but avoiding them costs much more. And maybe the difference between surviving and finally building freedom starts with one uncomfortable decision: opening your account, looking,